Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back to Hanging with Mangg. Yeah, I guess we're gonna be playing some Hearthstone today. I was gonna play Starbound, but it kept crashing while I tried to record, so screw it. Hearthstone is the old standby. Yeah, so today was the Super Bowl. Not that anybody cares about that.
You asked for it.
And we actually didn't go to brunch today because there was quite a winter storm across the Midwest. And so we decided to just stay in and play board games all day. It's pretty sweet. I'll talk about that later. So let's see. On the channel this week, not a whole bunch going on. There was some Commandos 2. That's continuing pretty well. I don't know when that'll finish. We're in the latter half of the game now for that, so it shouldn't be terribly much more of it, especially right now when I don't have too much to record, but we'll see. There was no roll manging this last week because I guess Ren wasn't feeling too well, but it should pick back up tomorrow. That's a bummer.
A natural mistake.
Although we might be trying something a little bit differently, something a bit different. You'll find out about that tomorrow, I guess. If you know, either way. Let's see. I guess that was kind of it. There wasn't really a whole bunch happening this week. There was a rather controversial couple videos that went up that perplexed most people. You know, confused a lot of people, but angered, you know, some others. And that would be my live reading of 50 Shades of Grey. And that had been an idea that I had toyed around with for a little while. A while back, I was like, you know, it'd be funny if I just read something like 50 Shades of Grey. And I had never done it because it seemed like a bit of a commitment. But it just seemed like a funny thing, kind of like a Mangg's book, really, you know? Sort of the same thing where I can just go through it and provide my own commentary for what's going on. And so I finally got around to it, and I'll admit that it's mostly because of the movie coming out. And I didn't really care about the movie. That wasn't something that I was really interested in. But my buddy was going to go see it opening weekend with his girlfriend and her roommates. And one of those roommates, if you remember, was the one that I tried. Well, I guess I kind of tried to go out with, but I fucked it up when I first met her. And so I've been waiting for another chance to meet her. And so what better than at 50 Shades of Grey on Valentine's Day? That's the perfect time. And so if I'm gonna go do that, I need to be more prepared. So if I can provide detailed knowledge of the book and all of its intricate characters, that's an in right there. I don't know. But I don't know if that's true, but I figured it couldn't hurt, and what better time to read through some of the book. I probably will not be reading through the whole book, unless people really want that.
I am ready to learn.
But I'd like to finish the book by the time I see the movie, because you don't want the movie to spoil the book for you. That's terrible. So I'll probably like read a few more chapters live, and then I'll read a bunch of my own, and then maybe do a chapter from the middle of the book, and then read more of my own and get to like the last couple chapters. That's kind of my plan. Yeah, it's all kind of funny, because I was talking to my buddy's girlfriend about the book, and I was acting like it's like some serious piece of literature, and that amused her. So I'm hoping that works with all people. So yeah, that's that. Evolve comes out the 10th. Yeah, it comes out the 10th. So we're all really looking forward to that. There will be videos of that. Ziggy's bugging me about the Resident Evil stuff, but I don't know. Nobody chimed in on the last video saying, yeah, man, you should really play it, Resident Evil HD remake. It's so good. You'll really enjoy it. It'll be great. Nobody said anything, so I'm not sure. I still don't feel inspired to play it, so I figure that's probably not a good sign.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know why I agreed to get it, because I really have no interest, but I usually like to be a man of my word.
Shield for Argus.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot coming out. So we're just gonna kind of keep doing what we do. Yeah. So board games, which is how I spend most of my time, I guess. Actually, that's not true, but I spend a lot of time on the weekends playing board games.
A natural mistake.
I'm not sure if that's a natural mistake. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, okay, well, we'll see. Let's see. Thursday night, we decided, because I'd like to get together with the guys more than just on Sundays, you know. So I'm always kind of pushing for a day during the week, and so the really only time that it I guess works out is right before we go to Applebee's on Thursday nights, and so that worked out this week. So they came over and we played. Well, they wanted to play Castles of Mad King Ludwig, which did not make my top 10, if you'll recall. It's a game I've played a bunch now, and we hyped it up quite a bit when we first played it. We hyped it up to the others, like, oh man, because it was during New Year's week. We played Castle till like 4:30 in the morning. There's a ridiculous amount of castle building, so we hyped it up a lot. And so ever since then, they, you know, the other guys that haven't played it are like, oh, we want to play Castles, we want to play Castles. And it's just never worked out, because we usually don't have 4 people together, you know, it's usually 5 if we involve, you know, all those people. And so they wanted to come over Thursday night to play Castles. But then, wouldn't you know it, 5 people show up, so we couldn't play Castles. And so we played Chinatown instead. And of course, you know, Chinatown made my number 2 on my list, and that I can almost guarantee it won't be number 2 next year on the top 10. Not that I'm saying it's a bad game, but 2 is really high, and I really like the game, but I think all kind of top 10 lists are kind of floaty. It's hard to pin down. I mean, Cosmic, yeah, it's easy, number one, sure. The other ones, they're kind of more fluid, I guess. So I wouldn't take that top 10 as a concrete thing even right now. So yeah, we played Chinatown. It was good. I don't even concentrate too much on winning in that game. Well, nor do I ever in any game. But that game, like, you can kind of know by turn 2 or 3 if you're going to win. Or if you have a shot at winning. And sometimes it's just like, you know, there's not a whole lot of hope here. And so what I like to do is just segregate one neighborhood completely. And just make it completely white. Because that's the color I always pick in Chinatown. And, yeah, so I just try to go for the white neighborhood because it seems kind of funny to have the whites encroaching on Chinatown. Just inching closer every day to taking it over.
Hello.
Here's a play that nobody ever does. Coin out unstable portal turn 1. Okay.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Okay. I don't even know if that's worth it. Actually, that was terrible, because now he gets that. Anyways, so yeah, that was fun. And then we went to Applebee's. And that's always good. Friday night, I went over to my sister's. It's kind of our tradition now. And I think I talked about how last time we went over there, I introduced Cosmic Encounter, and it was kind of daunting. And there was a small glimmer of hope, but not a whole lot. But I would bring it back, and we would see how it goes then. And so I brought it back, and we played another game, and I kind of curated the list of aliens this time. So I took out... I separated like 20... Nah, yeah, it might have been 20. Of the most... Basically the simplest aliens. They were all green, and they're all kind of... very straightforward in how their effects go. They're not like a page of text or anything like that. It's just, here's what they do, here's what's going on, and nothing too complicated. And so we all played with that, and I actually did not win that game. I definitely could have. I picked a shitty alien for the most part. I could have had the pacifist. I would have won. Just based on my opening hand, I would have won that game, but I didn't actually want to win that game. I wanted to give them a bit of hope there. Not to brag, but I'm just saying. And so my brother-in-law actually ended up winning that game, but my sister picked the loser for her alien. And if you don't know much about Cosmic Encounter, the loser is one of the best aliens in the entire game, basically. It's not the most straightforward, because it's kind of something you have to wrap your head around, where you basically... 3-5 minutes.
What to do?
Basically, how the loser works is, before you pick your encounter cards, you can declare an upset, and basically what happens is, whoever would normally win the encounter loses, and whoever would normally lose the encounter wins. So it basically flip-flops it and changes everything. And that power is kind of unreal. And if they have an attack card, they have to play it, because otherwise you could just play Negotiate and then automatically lose, which would make you automatically win. Yeah, it's slightly complicated to a newcomer, so I probably shouldn't have told her to pick it, but I was like, this is like the best alien. You probably want to pick this if you want to win. And she just didn't get it. It just didn't really click with her at all. And I don't know why I included the loser, but I did. And that's why you don't turn 1 unstable portal. Yeah, so it was... I don't think she was crazy about it. She'd play it again. My mom's not crazy about it. I think my brother-in-law started to warm up to it, because you start to like games when you win at them, for the most part. So, we'll play it again, but it's probably not going to be something we play every week, so that's alright, I guess. We also played... Oh, we played Machi Koro with the new expansion, the Harbor expansion. Greatly improves the game. I think at that point, Machi Koro is a solid gateway game.
You asked for it.
I can definitely recommend it at that point. Because it adds enough cards and it changes the rules of the base game to where it's much more entertaining even to someone like me who doesn't really care for gateway games. But I would have no problem recommending it to somebody as one of their first games, you know, on the level of like Catan or Carcassonne or Ticket to Ride or something like that. But it's kind of a problem that you need the expansion to do that. That kind of turns some people off because it's an extra purchase. So they really should have just included it in the base game. I think that's going to hurt them. It'll never be on the classic level of anything like that, where you can just say, you know, pick up Settlers of Catan, boom, done. But yeah, it was solid. I enjoyed it. And we finished off with more One Night Ultimate Werewolf, which is, I guess, probably that group's favorite game. We play it every time, and we always have a lot of fun. I would like to play it with more than 4 at one point in my life, just to see how it changes. And I'd like to get more than 4 for all sorts of stuff, so I don't know. Yeah, so that was that. Saturday... No, we didn't play any board games on Saturday. No, not to my knowledge. And then today we had our big epic board game day. The Super Board Sunday. And, man, if you're toteming 2 turns in a row, what the hell are you doing? They all came over here. There was only 4 of us because, again, kind of snow conditions and other stuff like that, and the Super Bowl, stuff like that. So we started out playing Castles. We finally got to play Castles with the Ziggy and Studs. They finally got to play. And Castles, I would say... This is what I would have to say about Castles. It's probably my favorite Euro game. And I don't know if most people consider it a Euro, but I kind of do. Maybe not a straight up Euro, not like a Feld game or something like that, but it does borrow, I think, a lot of Euro designs. And so I'd say it's my favorite Euro that I own and I've played. But that's kind of like saying this is the best McDonald's I've ever had. Yeah, you know, it's probably pretty good. You know, the best McDonald's, that's saying something. But then, you know, there's always a lot better than that, you know. So, I don't know. I like it. I'll play it whenever, you know, if anybody wants to play it, it's like, sure, you know. Castles of Mad King Ludwig. But it probably will never be my first choice. So yeah, we played through that, and I actually won. I think I win most games of Castles. Because, well, this time we play with 2 new people.
Feel the power.
But then the other veteran alongside me, I'm not sure if he really like, I go for more or less the same kind of strategy every time. Because the strategy is not that difficult to decipher. The best strategy that I've found, and I've won the last 3 games that I've played, is... Well, I don't want to get too far into game mechanics. But basically, there's this one type of room you can place, and then the living rooms. And then if you complete those, you automatically rescore it, and you rescore all the adjacency bonuses. And so, you can basically get, like, up to 20 points on one room, and then you complete it, and you rescore the 20 points again. It's just like... I don't know. I don't know. That's just one game that I can kind of consistently win at, and I don't know why. Like, where every round I'm just scoring at least, like, 6 or 7 points. I don't know. I guess I'm good at it, but I don't love it. And unlike most games where I suck at, but I really like them. I don't know. So yeah, we played Castles, and then we moved on to... I wanted to move on to Chaos in the Old World. I really want to play that because it really seems like, you know, a deeper complicated, complex strategy game for 4 people, and it's only for 4 people. And so I wanted that. But they were like, how about something lighter? You know, after that Castles game, and I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't think of Castles as really complicated, but all right. So we played Lords of Vegas, which is a game I described as Chinatown with gambling. As I come to learn, that's not a perfect description, but it's pretty close, more or less. It's a game... Yeah. If you've played plenty of Chinatown, or I guess if you haven't, it feels a lot like the same game, just from a cursory glance. But the way it plays is quite different. I actually probably should have killed that. That was dumb. Kind of like in Chinatown, where you get lots and then you want to build stuff on those lots, and then there's all sorts of trading involved and stuff like that, and then you pay out based on the stuff that you've built on those lots and things like that. That's pretty much the exact same as Chinatown. But where it differs is the luck element. I think I've said that Chinatown does involve luck quite a bit, as far as what lots you draw and what shops you draw and how much you have to negotiate. Because if you desperately need your 6th antique shop, and you either can draw it from the bag randomly, or somebody else draws it and you're gonna have to pay a ludicrous sum to get it. You know, that saves you a lot of money by pulling it randomly from the bag. So luck is quite an aspect. I would say there's even more luck in Lords of Vegas, but it's a much more fun luck. Like, you can gamble in Lords of Vegas, as you can go to an opponent's casino and gamble your money away. And so you really are it's just like going to a casino and you're rolling the dice and hope you get lucky. And there's a lot more excitement than that, rather than just I pulled my antique shop out of the bag. Or, no, I didn't pull my antique shop out of the bag. You know, that's not really a fun type of luck. That's just, so yeah, Lords of Vegas has a much more fun type of luck in all sorts of its gameplay. And so, I think we laughed much more playing Lords of Vegas than we ever did playing Chinatown. So, Lords of Vegas is great in that aspect, but the trading part of Lords of Vegas really does not come into play much, or at least not in the couple games that we played. It, that was kind of dumb. What the hell am I doing? I don't know.
Someday I'll be just like you.
That was dumb. Yeah, so Chinatown, negotiation and trading is everything. Like you'll never ever win in Chinatown if you don't do any trading. I think it's impossible. You'd have to be ludicrously lucky. Yeah, you'd have to be ludicrously lucky. Impossibly lucky, perhaps. Lords of Vegas, we traded maybe a couple things, and even then, the benefit was kind of obscure, I guess, to figure out. So, yeah, so if you're looking for a negotiation game, Lords of Vegas is not great. But if you're looking for I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe. I wonder. That crashed.
I wonder.
That's a bummer. Okay, hold on. I want to see how what Board Game Geek categorizes it as, because it's really curious. They'll probably throw negotiation in there, because yeah, that can happen. But I wouldn't say that's nearly the main theme of the game. Okay, so they put it under area control. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Area influence. That's probably more accurate. Dice rolling. Tile placement. Okay, I mean, yeah, you put tiles onto a board, I guess, but... And then trading, yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a strange game, but it is a lot of fun. I recommend it. I mean, I'd probably pick up Chinatown first, but I guess if you're not looking for as much negotiation, your group doesn't really handle that, then yeah, Lords of Vegas is pretty good, but it only plays up to 4, unfortunately. Unless maybe there's an expansion. There might be an expansion. I think there is an expansion. I think it's called, like, Up. I think it's, yeah, Lords of Vegas Up. Which is also a Shania Twain album, I believe. Yeah, so that was fun, and then Ziggy left, so we just had 3 of us, and we could have played all sorts of things, but they wanted to play Sentinels in the Multiverse, and I was like, oh man, with 3 people, I knew we were going to lose. Like, as soon as they suggested, I was like, I know we're going to lose. 3 people, we're probably going to play with the expansion stuff, we're going to lose. But we did it. We went in, I got to play as Night Mist finally, which is from the first expansion, or the second expansion, whatever. And it's the Lovecraft character, the Mythos character. So Night Mist is apparently, her real name is something Diamond or something like that. Her grandfather, I think, in the lore, is Joe Diamond from Arkham Horror and stuff. So that, I was like, oh man, that's really cool. And all her cards and stuff have to do with the Mythos. So she's got like the amulet of the Elder Sign or some crap like that. She's got all sorts of stuff dealing with the Mythos, and so I was like, I have to be this one. That's... Come on. Come on. And yeah, so I played Night Mist. My buddy played the Tempest, who, well, he always plays the Tempest. And Studs played as Mr. Fixer, which is also from one of the expansions. And we played against Plague Rat. And we played against Plague Rat in the Pike Industrial Complex. Because my buddy's like, oh, that sounds like where a Plague Rat would be. And so I'm like, yeah, I guess so. And I like looked at one of the cards from the environment, and it had a big rat on it, and I was like, okay, it's gotta be. And so, yeah, we went in, and we got our asses handed to us very, very quickly. I don't know if it was just that combo, or it was just 3 players, or our combination of heroes, but yeah, we got walloped real quick. And, like, Studs got killed so quickly. And then when one hero dies in a 3-player game, and you're, like, 30 health into the boss, yeah, there was no way. There was no way. Way too tricky. Oh, man, I really don't want to play that. I really don't want to play that, either. And yeah, so that wasn't great. So then we went back to Lords of Vegas, which I won because of basically because of miraculous dice rolling. That's pretty much like, it was purely a luck victory.
Attend me.
Ready, sir.
I got very lucky with dice rolling. I got very lucky with the cards that were pulled at the right time when I was in the right position to win. So it was just very luck based, because I pretty much spent the whole game just gambling my money away. But yeah, it was fun.
To battle.
And, yeah, so that was our board game day today. We probably would have played longer, but we ordered a pizza at like 5:40, and we canceled the order at around 8 o'clock. Or actually probably like 8:15, because they took too long, and we were starving, so they left to go get other food. So that's a bummer. The weather screwed us good.
For the well song.
Yeah. So that's that. Other than that, as far as real life stuff goes, not too much. A couple trips to Applebee's, trip to a bar, so on and so on.
Did someone say Bob?
Yeah, it was, I mean, I knew, members of my family were gonna go see the 50 Shades of Grey movie. And I probably would have gone to see it with them if they went to the bistro, because I'll see anything there. But it would have been kind of awkward. It would have been really awkward, actually. And so then my buddy said that he was gonna go with his girlfriend, and he's like, and her roommates. And I was like, oh man, I gotta tag along. And so then when I saw his girlfriend, I'm like, oh man, I'm reading the book. I gotta go with you guys to see the movie. And so we were talking, and I was like, you know, yeah, every woman on this planet's read 50 Shades of Grey by now, right? And I'm like, you know, you've read it. And she's like, yeah. And then she thought one of her roommates has read it, the one that I'm interested in. And damn. The one that I'm interested in has read it, and the other one hasn't. But she's like, oh yeah, she's really into that. And I'm like, she's into it. She's like, yeah. Oh, I mean the book. Not that. I'm like, yeah, we'll see. So I don't know. That'll be an interesting movie trip if that ends up working out. Yeah, I guess that's about it, really. Oh, I won a raffle. That was cool. Yogg-Sothoth.com, which is like the main Call of Cthulhu stuff website. They put up a raffle, an electronic raffle, for all sorts of Call of Cthulhu, Trail of Cthulhu, stuff like that. And just basically PDFs.
Are you ready for this?
And so I entered into all the different raffles. Just it was basically just a click of the button, so it didn't matter. And so I ended up winning one of them. There were like 1,000 tickets submitted, and I won the 60 Stone Press one, which means I got Investigator Weapons Volume 1 and 2, which isn't great because I own Volume 1 in, you know, book form. And Volume 2 is all about modern weapons. And yeah, I would like to run a modern Call of Cthulhu game at some point. I think that'd be pretty sweet. That would be pretty cool. Then it also comes with the Black Seal magazine number 1 through 4, which I'd never heard of. I don't know even what that's about. Lost in the Lights, which is, I think, like some Vegas adventure or something. I don't know. I don't know what that is, really. And then it comes with Cthulhu, which is the main reason I was interested. Cthulhu is basically Call of Cthulhu, but you play as cats. You play as, like, you know, sentient cats who's, it's up to them to stop the forces of evil from conquering the planet. It's so ridiculous. But it's going to be awesome. I don't know when I'll be able to run that or who I will run it with. But I look forward to it immensely. So, we'll see about that. Cthulhu. It's crazy. It's crazy enough to work, I tell you. I think we talked about that a while ago. Or no, maybe that was like a fate system? I remember... no, it was probably Cthulhu. So yeah, that was really good. I'm not... It would have been obviously a lot cooler if it was real books, but that's a much more extensive raffle. So, PDFs is fine, it's cool. I've never really won a raffle before. Alright, so I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Let me know what you guys think about all that. Please don't spoil 50 Shades of Grey in the comments. I'm very excited to continue reading that. And, yeah. Alright, so my name is Mangg. This has been Hanging with Mangg. And I'll see you fine folks next week.